Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to deep dive into 4 games that I played in episode 1. So I will do the analysis of those games. Now if you haven't watched episode 1, I will put the link in the description of this video, under the video, and you can go check it out. And then you can see into this analysis. So we managed to win all 4 games, but I did a lot of mistakes and blunders. And it's important to go into analysis mode and try to figure out how you can improve your chess. So let's get into the game one. Now, game one was against an opponent of rating 1474, and this is how it went. So it started with d4. I pushed e6. He took the center. I played d5. He brought the knight. I pinned his knight. So far, it's okay. Now here he pushed his f3 pawn, and I took the pawn, and before taking back my pawn, he played this. Now I think he was scared to take this pawn because I can then go check, and then he has to bring his king up, and he loses castling rights. I can take his knight. Then if he takes, then I take with the queen, and yeah, his whole position is collapsing. So I think he did the right thing. Before taking, he pressurized my bishop. I took his knight. He captured back, and now the computer is telling me to play c5. The point of c5 basically is if he takes, I can exchange the queens. Again, he loses his castling rights, and all three of his pawns are super weak. So if I bring my rook or other pieces into the game, it's very easy to capture them. And I get a very nice development. I can bring my knight, and then if he takes, I can already pressurize his pawn. So this was a very good move, which I missed. But okay. So he took back. I took the pawn. Now I'm a pawn advantage. But his knight gets a free development step. So then I bring my knight c6. He brings his bishop. We both develop. Now this was not a good move because I need to develop a lot of pieces, and I'm wasting a tempo pushing a3. Sorry, h1. Now he castles. I bring my knight here. He's already having a healthy advantage of plus 1.7. Now I castle, but already this is a mistake because now the computer is suggesting him to just sack his bishop. If I take, he can bring his queen with a check. If I move my king, then he has, yeah, then he can bring his knight. Now he's pressuring yeah, my knight. If I take, he can do this. Yeah, and then my knight is now hanging. If I go here, then he can bring his rook, and it's very difficult to stop this threat. Maybe if I go here, he can always bring more pressure. Then I lose my knight anyway, and then my king is also wide open. So okay, um, yeah. So he didn't go into this line, but he then also played very strong move. This is a very strong move. Now I did the right thing. I moved my king away because this was one of his, yeah, one of his threat before. Now he brought his queen here. The idea is again to, yeah, if I play something else like here, which I did, he could have just taken, but then I take his queen. So this was kind of a mistake from his side, because I can bring my knight here and then he has to go back. Then I can try to reinforce my king. So okay, the game goes on. So I went here, which is a big mistake, because the key move is this. If I move my queen, he has this, then he can sack, and if I take, it's checkmate. So yeah, a lot of pressure on my king, but he didn't go into that. He did this. I played the best move, which is this. He went here. Now here I was confused. I wanted to move here, but then he can just take, and I can take here. I saw this, but I thought maybe he has some discovery with his knight. He can go maybe here, but then I didn't see that I have a check here, which completely wins a lot of material. So, I mean, wins his queen. So that's game over. So I missed things here. I played this move, which it was better if he would have taken, if he would have brought his rook, but he didn't do that. Instead, he just took, and then for some reason, I just completely ignored the fact that he can take my knight. So yeah, then I tried to fight. Yeah, my position is losing now. Computer wanted this, so if I take, he can do this, and then it's game over, because his threat of checkmate I can only prevent by this, and then he can also take my bishop. Everything is over here, but he didn't see that, luckily. So yeah, I brought my knight back, bishop here. He played this position. Now I had initial plans to come here, but then if he exchange, then he's already winning. So I didn't want to exchange queens and make his life easier. So I did the other thing. I went here, gave a check. Now he can simply do this, and then I don't have time. I lose my queen. Oh no, I don't lose my queen. I can take the knight. Ah yeah, but then he's checkmate. Yeah, that's true. I lose my queen, basically. But he didn't see that again. He has a lot of winning chances. But yeah, then I protected checkmate with my knight. Then he does that. I played the best move here, pushing the knight away. Now he goes here, which is a blunder, because that just gives me a free knight. But he still is winning in this position. He plays here. I went here. Now this is again another blunder that he gave me, and now the position completely changes. Now I'm completely winning. I, because I can simply take, um, which I did, and then he has to take back. Otherwise, I will just take his queen with the check. So I took the bishop, and yeah, this was a blunder, because he didn't see the backline checkmate. So yeah, I just gave a check, and the game was over. So that was the first game. Now, as you can see, if we go into deeper analysis, he has very low accuracy, 55%, and I still managed to win the game with a 77% accuracy. Now, you don't see the full screen, I think, here, but I will put the final analysis stats in between the videos. So that was the first game. Let's go into the second game. So the second game was against a higher rated opponent. It was 17-12 rated upon opponent, and we started with I started with e4. This was normal. Now computer says I can already take here. Um, but if he goes here, I can push. Yeah, maybe that could have been one of the option. I should not miss these things. I think I have to improve. So then he protects. Play d4, really aggressive move. Takes back, protect my pawn, support the knight. Yeah, this was another kind of move that I missed. Now computer is asking me to just take again. Take. Then play this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. But okay, I found another way to do this. I gave a check. He took back with his bishop, and I brought my queen here. Yeah, this was a mouse slip, of course. This is completely losing now. Yeah, so then I still went on. Yeah, he found the best move here. I had to sack my queen and knight. So I'm out piece down already. But still, I fought. He gave me a check. Now here I was happy because I could push his bishop, which is really strong because he has a lot of threats. If he comes here, then it's really a big issue. Of course, not at this stage, but later in the game. So I was happy to push his bishop back. Now I can already win a pawn back here, but then my knight goes away from the action, and also my rook is still stuck. So I had ideas to bring my rook into the game first. Here I didn't want to take with the knight because then he will exchange and it's easier for him to play this. So I took with the pawn. He goes here now. So he completely drops this pawn, and his knight was protecting the bishop. So now his knight is under the attack and also his bishop. So he cannot move his knight. So he tries to complicate the game, basically attack my rook, but I just simply attack his bishop again. He goes here, but then I can give a check, take the bishop first. Now he has a threat of checkmate because if I don't defend, he just comes here and then it's checkmate. So I just made some space for my king. Yeah. I took the pawn. I took another pawn, completely winning position. I was playing well this game until I made a big mistake at the end. So here I made a big mistake. So which he punished me for. So basically my knight is protecting my rook because if he takes, I take. Now he has this intermezzo, he can take, and I was really disgusted by myself at this move because how can I simply forget that my knight was protecting the rook? And I should have, I thought of going here, but then I saw he can just move here, and if I take, then he can take. So he's up a knight. Computer is suggesting to go here. Then he gives me a check. I go here. Okay, it's complicated. Yeah, but somehow he's up a knight, right? So if he plays here, I can do this. Okay, I can protect his. Okay, it goes on. But yeah, what I did in the game was after he took, I tried to attack the pawn. He defended with his rook. I continued pushing the pawns and bring my king closer to the game. So he took another pawn, but then my white pawns on the king side are really powerful now. I keep on pushing. Here it's already checkmate, but I completely missed it. So he could have gone here. If I go here, he can give up his knight for two of my pawns, so it's an equal game. Okay, opponent missed it. Let's go back. He gave me a check. I brought my king back in the center, and this was again a blunder from his side. Um, I played this move. Now I can push. Now he can sacrifice his knight for two of my pawns, but then if I once I take the rook, I'm much closer to his pawn, so I can go here, go here, go here, and win his pawn. So finally, yeah, I was up a pawn, winning his pawn basically, and yeah, I think he resigned or his time ran out at this point, which you can see here. Yeah, he could not go. Yeah, he could not find a way out of this position basically. But okay, I won this game. So it was 2 out of 2 already for me. And then let's get into the third game. So we started with a very standard opening, exchange some pawns. Yeah. So here I have a good position. Now either I can do this to not allow his knight to jump here basically, or I can just push in the center because if he takes, I I push away his knight, and his knight is stranded at the edge. What I did was a really bad move because he can simply play here, which he did, and exchange my very strong bishop. And the game is equal now. So I think here also the here I think the computer suggests to just pressurize this bishop, but if it takes, I can take here, go here, come back. Okay, it goes on. Right, so doing this was not super good because then he can take, looks like, but I was happy with this. Okay, but he can exchange everything. Yeah, okay, it's basically equal, right? So I took, we exchanged the pieces, yes. Now here I was already happy with this position. Now computer is asking me to play this. Because if it takes here, it's a fork, right? Okay, that would have been a good move. So he cannot play that. He has to protect this square. I'll go here, he has to do this. Okay, then I can go here. Okay, so he has to protect his, okay, it goes on. It's again quite complicated. But I was happy to push this pawn, although computer is not very happy with it, but it's easy to play when your opponent's king is wide open and you have a queen. So here again he took, but it's a checkmate looks like. So if I go here, if he goes here, like if he goes back, okay, then it's checkmate. Wow, wow, I missed that. Okay, we were here. Yeah, so he took my bishop, I took back, I missed the checkmate. He gave me this check. Things were but equal. Okay, I repeated a few times. And now computer is asking his king to just run away from this, yeah, from the queen, basically, the check. Yeah, and then it goes on, okay. But he didn't do that. I I wanted to support my knight, so I started pushing the pawn. And looks like the computer is asking him to just exchange queens, because if I go somewhere else or if I do this, I can take, then I can take. Okay, it's very complicated. But he allowed me this, and I then, yeah, then it's game over. If he comes here, then I can give a check. Yeah. Okay, good game. To my opponent, can see here his accuracy was 66%. Sorry, my accuracy was 66% and his was 54%, but I will add the statistics in one of the slides. And for the last game, let's see. I also managed to win this one. Very standard opening. This was a small game because he made a huge blunder, so we don't have to spend so much time. Yeah, this was a big blunder from him, so he then resigned at this point. And again, my accuracy was 82% and his accuracy was 55. Yeah, that was it. Thank you very much. And see you next time with episode 2. Thank you very much. Bye.